December 1st, 1995 saw the release of Rockman X3 on the Super Famicom in Japan. This Capcom hit was better known as Megaman in the West, but didn't see a release on all platforms over all territories. Just like Rockman X2, X3 uses Capcom's custom CX4 graphics chip in the cartridge to have pseudo 3D graphics and transparencies. This was also the last Rockman game to appear on Nintendo Super Famicom. In the game, you take control of the protagonist, X, and tasked with completing a series of 8 selectable stages. Each stage has a variety of obstacles, traps, and enemy robots to fight. The stage ends in a maverick boss fight. Defeating this boss will add a new special weapon to the player's arsenal. Each boss is particularly weak to one special weapon, so the player may complete the stages in an order that best exploits these weaknesses. The game soundtrack was composed by freelancer Kinyo Yamashita, who created all the music. However, the Minakuchi engineering staff is credited in the game's soundtrack album, since Yamashita worked for them as a freelancer. April 26, 1996 saw the first 2 ports released on the same day. The first one of those 2 we'll take a look at is the PlayStation port, developed by Minakuchi Engineering. Now this port and the Saturn port featured 2 J-pop vocal songs by Kotono Shibuya, the opening theme, One More Time, and the ending theme, I'm Believer. These don't appear in any Western release. The game is basically the same as the Super Famicom original, but now with added loading screens, and boy, this PlayStation version takes way too long to load in my opinion. The music has been touched up, some tracks sound much nicer while others lack the punch of the original. As well as the opening and closing videos, the game now features short animation sequences for each area as well. These animated sections are now used to introduce each boss character. Playability wise, the PlayStation port is fine, although it does slow down more than the original. Quite odd, that is. Also released on April 26, 1996 was the Saturn version, and this was also developed by Minakuchi Engineering. Now this is a very unique version as it features borders along the sides of the screen in order to maintain the original aspect ratio of the Super Famicom version. These borders also change depending on the area you are playing. The rest of the game is pretty much the same as the PlayStation version, but now with much faster loading and surprisingly cleaner FMV as well. I also feel this version is smoother in motion. Again, Minakuchi Engineering were back with another port, this time to Windows XP, where it first saw release in Japan on the 28th of March 1997. This version is based upon the PlayStation port, but now with an additional easy mode. The only difference though is the player receives half as much damage. I'm not sure if the version I'm playing is missing content, as there seems to be an awful lot of videos missing and the music loops very quickly. Possibly a poor rip. In 2010 there was a Japanese mobile phone release, but that's impossible to find now, so for fun, let's take a look at the Taiwanese Mega Drive bootleg version developed by Taiwan Sankyo Funship Company. Now what is very odd is that this is a port of the Saturn version, although there are many things missing, including the removal of Ride Armors, Toxic Seahorse and Blast Hornet, as well as some stages leading to the wrong places, like Doppler Fortress leading to a modified version of Bold Catfish stage instead. Porting the game doesn't bring up the weapon select screen. The game still has the possibility for the player to extend X's life meter by picking up hearts scattered across levels, but if the player picks one up with an already full health bar, the game will crash. The graphics are mostly ported from the original game, although the armor sprite is taken from the first Megaman X game. The music tracks are original compositions based upon the Saturn and PlayStation 1 mixes, as are the sound effects. But the big question you all want to know is, how does it play? Bloody awful, that's how. And let's take a look at all those versions of Rockman X3 or Megaman X3, whichever you prefer, running side by side.